Hello, Van Horn Hornets. This is Mrs. Scheidemantel with this week's Van Horn Hive. And remember, we empower all to be successful today for a better tomorrow. All right, to begin with some updates, I am continuing with the standard and objective focus for our walkthroughs. Remember, a standard and the objective needs to be posted for both ELA and math. It should be referenced several times throughout the lesson. Students should be working on being able to state what they are learning and why they are learning. Lesson plans should include the standard, the objective, the materials you're using, and the exit ticket. And then you should have a common formative assessment or exit ticket for your grade level, at least one per week for ELA and math. We have our cookie dough fundraiser in full swing. It is running until October 9th, and the cowabungas will continue to be handed out this week underneath the patio. You may or may not have noticed that I have been not doing daily announcements. Announcements will be done on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. If you can find time on Tuesday and Wednesday to do the flag salute in your classrooms, that would be greatly appreciated. And then reference the bulletin or this screencast for any other information you may need. We have our awards this week. We will be giving out the September awards for reading, writing, mathematics, growth, and grit in the multipurpose room on October 4th. Please make sure those certificates are completed and you bring them with you on your October 4th meeting time. You do not need to do a description for each of those awards. Make sure you send the parent letter home this week so parents may attend, and then turn your folder into the office after your grade level awards. On the 4th, second grade awards begin at 8:35. First grade begins at 9:05. Fifth and sixth at 9:35. And then third and fourth at 1:35. We look forward to seeing you there. The student of the month for September will be on October 5th. Out on the blacktop at 7:50. Make sure you turn your certificates in with a short description of the student to me no later than October 4th. Send the parent letter home. On that day, students will be called up in the front on the blacktop. Pictures will be taken and treats given. There will be no ELD rotations on October 5th. Quick reminders, please be at your assigned after duty locations before the bell rings at 2:05 and 2:35. If you are at the gate, please stand by the gate so you can watch the students meet their parents and guardians. And if you are primary bus, please make sure that we are loading the kindergartners first. At-risk letters will be going home to students this week. These letters will be generated from the office from a list given to us by the district. Students are identified as being potentially at risk based on their beginning of a year STAR and math assessments or DIBBLE assessments and CASP results. You as the teacher get to determine if the student is at risk for being retained from the quarter one report card. You will review this at the parent-teacher conference. If you do have a student that's potentially at risk for being retained or you determine could be at risk for being retained, please schedule an SST. Our SST on October 4 is full, so you will need to schedule it in the November SST. Quarter one is 2 weeks away. It ends on October 12th. If you have not sent home progress reports yet, please do so ASAP for any student who has a potentially failing grade. And then once you've completed your report cards, hold those until parent-teacher conferences. My favorite part, our shout outs. Thank you to 5th grade, 4th grade, and 3rd grade for completing your mid-quarter planning days. And then thank you to 6th grade, 1st grade, and 2nd grade for scheduling your mid-quarter planning days for this week. A big shout out to kindergarten who has been completing their backwards mapping and has now generated a system for common formative assessments. Nice job, kindergarten. A big shout out to Carla Flores, who's our Parent Club president, for organizing the cookie dough fundraiser and getting our Cowabunga figurines out to our students. Thank you to Mrs. Lozano for helping in the cafeteria last week while Miss Beth was on office duty. A huge shout out to Miss Witt, Miss Jamie, Mr. Haycock, Miss Melissa, Miss Bethany for their immediate assistance with the second grade student last week. And then finally, thank you to Mr. Haycock for taking student council to the Leadership PD on Friday. That's it for this week's communication. Please remember our school-wide foci, planning and instruction for ELA and math, data analysis and backwards mapping, and PBIS, the school-wide matrix. Have a great week.